first video of 2024. I'm gonna try and be more consistent this month because this isn't like a job. This is like a hobby. Because I have people to talk about manga with, but they don't really read it a lot. So, yeah. 2024, January. Let's go. First month, I read Alice in Borderland. I know a lot has happened. Some side story concluded in this volume, and we got to see we're getting down to like the final few bosses, you could say, and I'm very curious to see how much more we'll learn about Borderland. Next up, Black Clover. I read these are some of the stuff I got for Christmas. I'm officially ahead of where I was in the anime. I read up a little bit past. It's about to be a tournament for special nights sort of thing. I don't really have any complaints. I'm not that into Black Clover. I read it and it's I could give or take. I enjoy reading it, but I'm not hooked on it, you know? Dr. Stone, I finished it and I read the spin-off, Byakuya. These are both great. Dr. Stone ended. I was honestly a little bit disappointed. I wasn't expecting the ending I expected. I wasn't expecting the ending we got, when Y-Man was revealed. I was kind of a little bit disappointed. But Dr. Stone is peak. Boichi's art is great, and the storytelling is great by Ryuguchi. I'm not going to mispronounce his name. I loved it. This is low quality, but look at the collage. Honestly, reading Dr. Stone was a treat. And I believe there's a spin-off, little short manga series being released about sort of what they're planning to do. I know what they're planning to build a time machine, and it's how they're going about that, if I'm correct. So it should be interesting. I really recommend it. Only 26, 27 volumes. And the short story, the side story was great. It's sort of like an alternate timeline. They go up to space with a robot. Byakuya has one in the space station and stuff. And you get to see this robot's perspective of things. And it's also really sad because the robot's they'll come back eventually. And then it makes things part of it I wish was canon because so essentially a giant light gets made, sorta, and the robot uses it to try and be I'm still up here, I'm alive. Spoilers, I don't give a shit. It's a great read it. It's not canon anyway. And Senku sees it. It goes up into in the Dr. Stone timeline, goes from when Byakuya was up there, and then he came down, and it goes until he dies, and then it goes to when Senku first meets the people, and they kind of let him in, and they let him listen to the record and stuff. And then Senku's at his grave, and he looks up, and he sees the light from the robot, and people think it's a star. But then it's not Taiju. Hang on. I should remember his name. Fuck. It's on the tip of Chrome. He's tracked it because it's a moving object. It's not a star, so he's tracked it and it's on all these different positions. And it's if only Senku could have seen that. And I should be. And then look. There's the scouter that's broken. So cool. Hunter x Hunter. Got some volumes of that. Reddit. Peak. Hot take. This shouldn't be a hot take. Hisoka is a good protagonist, but he's a pedophile, so you shouldn't like him as a character. You should, I mean, in a way you can, but as like an enemy, as an antagonist, you should not have posters and merch of him. It feels weird. I mean, even something that wasn't in the anime that was in the manga is that Hisoka gets a boner. It's implied. The way Gon stares at him intently, eagerly, like gonna fight, you know. And then I finished The Horizon. Beautiful ending. The use of color in this manhwa was great. Also, I want to collect more of Hunter x Hunter. That's kind of like on the back burner as well, up there with I Am a Hero, Gantz, and Silver Spoon. The Horizon, the use of color is very powerful. It's a dark, beautiful story by J.H. He's made The Boxer, or they've made The Boxer. And this is one of those moments. But it's not no spoilers. It's very beautiful. Especially like the last few panels, like pages. The use of the color is just phenomenal. And I hope this is weird. I want there to be a side story. Something happens. There's like a gap in time, like a time skip. I hope there's I would like there to be a volume of like the journey in that time skip rather than where he ended up, or where the world ended up, or is afterwards. Like, you know, my cat's looking at me. Next up, I finished Fire Punch. Great, wacky ending. Weird stuff. I finally discovered where this meme, like the manga panel original, like where it came from, which is interesting. Like something happens, it's very weird, and then it's very wacky. It's very Tatsuki Fujimoto esque. Give it a read. Look up trigger warnings. A lot happens. I love it. And then I read some more of To Your Eternity. I'm almost caught up with the anime. This is also one of those things that I want to get, and I want to like collect all of it because it's so good, and I can't wait for the anime. You know, like with Attack on Titan and JJK, I could not wait for the anime, so I might just bite the bullet and get the rest at some point this year. Yeah. Finished Tokyo Ghoul Re. Figured I'd use this panel because people like it a lot and they spread it everywhere. Very great conclusion, and the afterword. Sue Ishida talks about how like somewhere in Tokyo Ghoul, like the beginning, like after like volume 6 or 7, it did not become fun anymore. So I'm hoping with Trojan X he takes his time, or he's given more time and stuff and enjoys it more. Yeah, that was it for January. I'll try to be more consistent this year, and I've started learning art on my own, so I think I'll share some pages like every 10 or 20 pages. I'll share and go over it like days, every 10 or 20 days. I'm almost at 10 days, so I'm just doing it for fun. And I struggle. I'll talk about my struggle with art when I make that video. See ya.